Hey everyone, I'm Pion and welcome to Pion's Primal Perception. Today I'm gonna share my very first experience with Silicon Zeros. This game is made by a guy who made an old Flash game called Manufactoria, and back in the days I played that game a lot because I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to this one. It also looks a little similar to Shenzhen.io, which is a great game as well. So, well, it sounds promising, doesn't it? Let's take a look. Shall we? So let's first look at the options menu as usual. It's a little bit minimalistic, but that's probably fine for a game like this. We have full screen and window mode and resolution settings and two separate sound sliders. When you go to windowed mode, you can choose between full regular window and borderless window. However, the borderless window mode is not doing what I would expect it to do. It removes the border, yes, but it doesn't put the game in full resolution, so that's a little weird. So you have, well, you see your desktop around the window, which is strange, but let's just go with full screen. That works well so far. You have multiple profiles, so you can choose to reset your progress if you want to. What's here? Beginning. Oh, there's the. Okay, we can watch the intro cutscene as well again. So let's do that. It's the 60s in the heart of California's Santa Clara Valley. One day they'll call the Silicon Valley and it'll take the world. It will shake the world. But right now it's just us. Straight out of school, I wasn't having a lot of luck finding work. When Laszlo offered me a job at his new company, I jumped at it. I still have no idea what to expect, but it's time to get started. Okay, so this is my second attempt at recording this, actually. So I did beat the first level already, and then I ran into some recording issues, but I'm gonna replay the first level for you. So let's go there. Wiring. Dana, good to see you. I'm excited to get to work. Our new Zerocom is the company I have dreamed of since I was still in the old country. The others are not here yet, but let us see what we can do on our own. To start, why not check to make sure our adder modules are working. Connect the modules so that the adder's output is 2. You can click and drag between the rectangular ports to connect modules together. Laszlo. Okay, so we have an adder over here, and it has two inputs, addend and an augend, and we have a number over here and it has an output. So we have to connect those to create some logical circuit and result in a 2 output of the adder. So that works fairly well. Good, a promising start for our work. I know you are new, but I have great confidence. When you took my personality test, I detected an astonishingly high mental temperature, a mind well above the ordinary kind. I will give you all the time you need for that spark to fully light. And when it does, Dana, you will be a beacon for us to follow. Laszlo. Okay, let's go to the next puzzle. It's called a multi-wiring. I didn't play that yet, so let's solve that together, shall we? Now that we have seen a single adder module work correctly, let us wire them together in sequence. Connect modules so that an adder outputs 3. I know I have not fully explained what we are doing here, Dana. The time is not yet ripe for my great dream to be revealed in full. Until then, you must trust me, Laszlo. Well, that sounds mystical. Okay, so I guess we just add 2 1s to a 2 and then add the output with another 1 to a 3. Well, that worked. Very good, I can see your spark starting to light, Dana. I think I hear Caroline's Impala outside. She arrived even before you but left to find supplies. Her work ethic is incredible. Let us see what she has scrunched up. Okay, placing. Hello Dana, I'm Carol. Laszlo hired me to run the fab, the module fabricator. The bad news is that we ain't got a fab yet, but the good news is that I've got a lot of experience with jerry-rigging hardware. Great. First test out these adder modules, place and connect modules so an adder outputs 4. Don't worry about running out, I ain't expecting any part shortage for now. So I guess we can place parts ourselves now. We can't seem to, oh, we can move that. There's a lock symbol for some reason. Not sure. Number modules cannot be placed or deleted in this puzzle. Okay, but moved apparently. Good. Okay, let's add some adders. Okay, click and then drag. Are we good with how many adders do we need? Actually, I think 3. Is there an easier way of doing this? Can we do something silly like this? No, apparently not. Okay, okay, you can cut it and then you have loose ends. That's a little strange. The wiring looks a little glitchy, but there we go. It worked. There's a solution with less. Let's take a look at that in a moment. Great, looks like everything's working. Not totally sure what we're working towards here, but the parts are fine. This is pretty nostalgic for me. Reminds me of the days I spent playing hooky from school, building radios in my garage. I'm gonna miss this when the module fab is running, though you probably won't, Carol. Okay, let's see. How can we improve that? Oh yeah, obviously we can get rid of delete. Okay, select and then press the delete button. We can just do this. Ah, it's easier. Config. The other thing I've got for you is this configuration tool. You can use it to tinker with number modules. Like the one on the left, just right click on them. Try configuring and connecting modules so that another outputs for. Wait, what? You can configuration tool? Configuration tool. You can use it to tinker with number modules. Where is the configuration module tool? I mean, not module. Right click. Ah, right click to interact with modules. Okay, so we can do this. There we go. Excellent. I gotta get back to the module fab, so I'll leave you in Laszlo's hands from here. Those personality tests of his are something else. I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting to be grilled about my relationship with my mother when I applied. I'm not sure he lives in quite the same reality as we do. Still, he seems nice enough, Carol. Modules. You see now that Caroline is an engineer of the highest quality. The job market was unjust to her, so many judge by education, sex, skin tone, or other pretty distinctions. That is the genius of my tests. I care only for the temperature of a person's mind. For now, would you mind very much showing me what you have done with Caroline's parts? Place, configure, and connect modules so then other outputs. It gets a little bit repetitive, doesn't it? Okay, now we're combining all the things we did earlier, but seriously, this is not super challenging yet. 5, so we need at least 1. So I guess we go with 2 plus 2 plus 1. That seems reasonable. So we do something like this. We need this second adder to bullshit. Let's do it this way. There we go. And that's 5. Oh wait, there's a better solution than that? Wonderful. Alicia got in a few moments ago. Another brilliant woman. Undervalued by foolish men. Incredible what talent these companies leave us for us to snap up. Though I suppose I should not complain too much. If the market valued you all at what you were truly worth, I would never be able to afford you, and my great dream would be dead before it even began. Haha, Laszlo. How can you optimize this? Oh yeah, wait. Wait. Wait a moment. That should be it. There we go. So I don't like that the game is making me do the same thing over and over again, more or less. Sure, it gets a little bit more complicated, but the steps are very, very small so far. So let's hope that the pace increases a little bit. Hey Jordana, cool, I'm Alicia, supposed to be a programmer, but you guys don't seem to have a computer to program on. So I'm working on external memory instead, storage outside the machine. When you plug a number into this reader module, it'll spit out the value stored in that memory slot. You can see what's in memory on the far right. Place, configure, and connect modules so that the reader outputs 6. Okay, memory slot. Okay, so we need memory slot 10 to output a 6, I guess. So we have to get a number thingy, connect that here, and say 10. There we go. Glad you got everything working. Honestly, I'm not clear on what we're working toward here, but I enjoyed setting this up. You might not have noticed I put a personal touch in the memory the year I got married, 1960. Important to start thinking, to start things off on a good note, don't you think, Alicia? Okay. I think that's the difficulty, and it just increased by 1 star. Complexity normal. Okay, Memsum. When Laszlo ran his test, he told me I was uncommonly thorough. I never know how to pronounce that word correctly. Thorough. whatever. He also said that I was passionate about his great dream, odd since he hasn't told anyone what it is yet. But he was right about the first part. So I set memory up to stress test every module without configuring modules, place and connect modules, so an adder output 7 without configuring them. Okay, this one's a little more complex, but even without a personality test, I think I have a feel for you. It's a trickier problem that you're here for, Alicia. Indeed, I am. Okay, what? No configuration, and we have to add output is 7. We have a 3 here, and a 5 and a 2 over here. We can go with... Can we put another... Oh, we don't have a number thingy. Okay, state module. Oh yeah, that's a reader. Oh, we just... Yeah, okay. We just output... No, we want a 7, not a 5. Okay, we have to get both values. 3... I think it's better to just take this output twice. I think that's less modules than... Like, you could either go get 2 readers with 6 and 8. Actually, you can't get to 8. Oh, you can. Never mind. To 6 and 8 and add them together. But I think that takes more modules than just going for 3 plus 2 plus 2. Maybe not, because we need the 5 to create... to get to the 8 anyway. Okay, that's a little bit tricky. That's a little more tricky. Okay, I like this. So, how do we get to the 8? 3 plus 5, that makes sense. So, we need to get to the 5 first. And we do so by adding an adder and wiring the 3 twice there. Can we do it like this? That's not what I wanted to do, but it worked anyway. Okay, cool. So now we have a 6, which we can put into here. Now we have a 5 and a 3. That allows us to get to the 8. So we can do something like this. And we got an 8. We take another memory module. We get a 2, and now we can go for 2 plus 5, that's 7. I have a feeling there might be a more optimal solution. Apparently not. Okay, good. Took you long enough. No, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. You finished at just the right time. Our last man finally turned up. He and Carol should be finishing the simulator right about now, Alicia. Okay, the interesting thing is, I noticed so far, is that the game actually tells you what the optimal solution or the ideal solution is. I wonder if the game is always correct about that, because that would be surprising. But maybe you found a way to figure it out for all the levels. I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, I think we go for one more level and then wrap this up. Hey, sorry, I know I'm a little late, but it's fine. Check out this demo I just set up for the simulator. You can hit the blue test button at the bottom to enter the simulator. It shows how your machine runs over time, which is tracked in ticks. Some modules, like latches, do something once per tick. But you don't need to understand those yet. I'm not going to let you edit this anyway. Okay, we're not just getting circuits here. Well, we do, but we actually have a time factor in this as well. That will make things way more complicated. Just run the sim forward until a latch stores 15. You can run the test backward and forward, or even come back later to experiment more. Cool, huh, Fred? Okay, so that's a latch. Stores and outputs a value, initially 0, which is set to its input at the start of each tick. Which is set to its input. Okay, so whatever is here will be here at the start of the next tick, I guess. So that delays everything by 1, probably. I think that's what he explained as well. That's just an adder. So we got a 1 that will go in here, that will get a 2, that will double the value that goes in here, and that will increase the doubled value by 1. Okay. So first tick, yeah. Okay, yeah, I see how this works. Interesting. Interesting. So this was not really a level, so I guess we go to the next one. Neat, isn't it? Hard to do much with just one steady state. Now that we have machines that change over time, we can get into all kinds of trouble. Indeed. Seems like Laszlo hasn't told any of us what the goal of this company is. All I know is that he has some serious East Coast money backing him and used it to hire 4 top-tier engineers. Honestly, I don't really care what he's planning. All that matters to me is it looks like a heck of a ride. Fred. Okay. latch. Pretty complicated setup in the last machine, huh? Last I thought it'd make more sense just to let you do it yourself, but I wanted to show off my version first. Here's the chance to do it simpler. Build a machine that stores 15 in a latch and test it in the simulator. Can we just put a 15 here? And then get a latch and do that? I guess we can. Okay, nice. I guess my version was a little more elaborate than it needed to be, but what's the fun without messing around, right? I mean, if you can't deal with someone buying a little toy mascot and repeatedly hiding it around your module fab, then do I hear? Ooh, shot. Shoot, gotta run. Have fun with Carol. What? Okay, one more real puzzle. Maybe this one will be it, but it's... Oh no, it explains a new mechanic. Okay, let's wrap this up. This looks very interesting. Definitely gonna play more of this. I assume this is just like... Oh yeah, that's the beginning, so there will be more afterwards. Is there any indicator on how this will continue? Beta, no, it doesn't show how many worlds there are or something along those lines. Oh, it actually branches in the next step, so I can then choose what to do next. Okay, cool. This looks very interesting, definitely. The wiring is a little... I can't really put my finger on it, but it feels a little weird. It's not quite... It doesn't feel quite polished for some reason, but it's not a big deal. It works as intended, obviously, so that's fine. This level was indeed fairly interesting. The others were a little bit slow-paced, introducing one mechanic at a time. Actually, these were basically not even one mechanic for each level, so the start was very slow, let's put it that way. But that might be a good idea for people who are not as experienced with games like this as I am. So yeah, didn't really hurt because it didn't take too much time. It's always good when simple tutorials, like if you have a simple tutorial, make sure that it doesn't take long for someone who's good at it or experienced with that kind of game, because some people do that. Like sometimes you have a tutorial that is very easy for people who know what they're doing, but it will take a long time to do it anyway, because you have to click a lot of stuff or do a lot of redundant things or something along those lines. And the game avoided that, so it didn't took me long to complete those tutorials. So that's good, because that means less time where I'm bored and gets me faster to the interesting stuff. So anyway, looks very interesting, as I said. Silicon Zeros is the name. Link is in the description below. It just released on Steam. I'm gonna try to make another video on this after I play a little more, but I'm really busy right now, so I cannot promise anything. But yeah, it's called, as I said, Silicon Zeros. I'm TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching. Have fun and see you next time.